there, welcome to another episode of Legends with Elroy. Today I'm excited to tell you another story about Billy Bob the Knight. Now this one starts as Billy Bob was taking some rest. What was that? So Billy Bob made his way over to the door, and he opened it, and there before him was Stanley the skunk and Porky. Now Porky was a porcupine, not a pig. A lot of people say Elroy was Porky a pig, and I say no, he was a porcupine. It's interesting because people really have trouble with that. But I digress. Billy Bob said, "What are you guys doing? It's really early in the morning." And they said, "Billy Bob, we had to come because there's some very exciting news." Billy Bob said, "Well, what is it?" And they said, "Well, you've heard of the Duke, right?" And Billy Bob said, "The Duke? Yes, I have. He's that famous painter." And they said, yes. He's that famous painter. And would you believe it? He's coming to the kingdom. And we can go meet him. Billy Bob said, "Oh, that sounds really cool. Also, maybe I could buy one of his paintings. Because, he's very good at what he does. And it would be cool to have a nice painting to maybe hang up in, my living room or something like that." And Porky said, "Maybe he'll paint something that I care about for me." And Billy Bob said, "Well, what would that be?" And Porky said, "Well, I was thinking maybe a croissant or a scone or maybe even a strudel." Strudel would be good. And Billy Bob was like, "Hey, that would be kind of cool, but painting food. I was thinking he could paint maybe like a picture of me fighting a dragon or something." But anyways, well, I'm glad you guys came over because we should get out there and we should see this guy. So they all got their stuff together. Well, technically, Porky and Stanley were already ready, but Billy Bob got ready and then they set off on their way. And they came to the main town within the kingdom. And there in the castle was the Duke. Well, at least the Duke was supposed to be there. But when they got there, there was only this creature. And they walked up and they said, "Hello there. Who are you?" And the creature said, "Oh, my name is Pickles the Peacock." And Billy Bob said, "Oh, well, Pickles, nice to meet you. My name is Billy Bob the Knight." And Pickles said, "Oh, Billy Bob the Knight. Are you that guy who knows Barry the brown bear?" And Billy Bob said, "Yes, I do know him." And Pickles said, "Oh, I thought I recognized your name. I think one time I was reading the newspaper and there was an advertisement and you talked about how much you liked his bone broth." Billy Bob said, "Yes, I did do that because I'm very good friends with Barry and he makes good bone broth." And so Pickles and him went back and forth a bit, and they caught up on what Barry was up to. Primarily making bone broth. That guy's really busy with the bone broth thing. And it also happened that Pickles knew Peter the polar bear. But, that's a different story. So they were talking for a while, and Barry said, "Well, Pickles, we're here to see this painter. The one they call the Duke. Do you happen to know where he is?" And Pickles said, "The Duke? No, I do not, but, he takes his rest, and, he likes to take a break and everything." And Billy Bob said, "Oh, he is one of the best painters of all time, everybody says, and I've even heard that he may be the best." And Pickles said, "Oh, that is very generous of everybody. I mean, he they say he is a very good painter, but I'm not much of an artist. I really couldn't, give my opinion on it. And so they talked and talked. And it turned out that they talked for a whole day. Well, not really for the whole day. They talked, and then it was time for Billy Bob to go to bed, so he went to the inn, and he and Porky and Stanley, slept. But first they had a lot of food. The inn happened to have amazing strudel, and they also had some very good sandwiches with pumpernickel bread. That stuff's very good, And Porky really liked it. Although he said that his favorite kind of bread is when you get a cookie, a chocolate chip cookie, and a chocolate chip cookie, and then you put everything in the middle, and then it's a cookie sandwich. That's his favorite kind. But anyways, so they went back the next day, and there again was Pickles. And they said, Pickles, where is the Duke? And Pickles said, he walked out again. They said, well, we really would like to see this guy, but we're all going to be having to go home soon. We can't stay here too long. And Pickle said, well, I happen to be good friends with the Duke. Why don't I go and try to get him, to come and see you? Maybe I can talk him into stopping whatever he's doing, even though it's probably important, and joining you all. And so he went off. And soon, they heard a voice, and it said, hello there, my name is the Duke, and I would love to meet you all. And they looked over, and there was this partition. Now, a partition is kind of like a wall, but walls, it's not a full wall, it's really just like a big piece of wood, several of them together. Think like a shower curtain, but a piece of wood. And so, this creature, the Duke, was behind the piece of wood, and he said, I unfortunately am not feeling well, but I wanted to come and talk to you all. And so they all huddled around and they said, oh, it is so awesome to meet you. And that's when Porky started saying, could you paint me a picture? I was thinking maybe like I would have a croissant in one hand, and then I would be fighting the dragon with a croissant in the other. And Billy Bob was like, the dragon was supposed to be in my picture. And they said, well, we just hear you're the best painter. And the creature said, oh, I don't know about that. I'm just a simple painter, but I'll do my best. So he painted the most amazing picture of Porky. He could see through these little holes in the wood. He could see Porky, and Porky was holding a croissant in one hand. He was riding a dragon, and he was fighting a shark. He was fighting a shark by throwing cookies at it. So I don't know if sharks are like allergic to cookies, or if maybe they're just really, dangerous cookies. But anyways, he was fighting it that way. And Porky was so excited, and he started dancing around, and then he bumped into the partition, and it fell over. And there before them was Pickles the Peacock. And they all said, Pickles, what are you doing here? Are you the Duke? And Pickles said, yes, I am. And they said, well, Pickles, why didn't you tell us from the start? And he said, well, you see, I'm a peacock. And a lot of people look at us and they say, oh, look at their feathers. They stick those things in the air and they put out their chests and they walk around and they're all proud. And I don't want to be all prideful. I don't like it when people talk like they're really important and things like that. I always just want to treat people like they're my friend. Regardless of what I do, I want to be nice to people and have fun spending time with them. And, well, whenever I go around and everybody calls me the Duke, it just is uncomfortable for me because then they start telling me I'm the best. And then I start strutting around, and well, like I say, I don't want to just go around telling everybody how great I am. I just want to be friends with people and let my actions speak for themselves. Billy Bob said, "You know, that is very, very noble, Pickles. I get what you're saying. But you know, you have a real skill here. And even though you may feel like it's bragging to say you're good at this painting stuff, you really are good, and you should use this gift to bless other people with your talent." And Pickle said, "I guess that does kind of make sense. Other people can't quite paint like I can, so maybe it's only fair that I paint the best that I can so that other people can enjoy it." And Billy Bob said, "That is true. I think you should do that. Because, you know, a lot of times people think that it's being humble to just lean in and say, 'Oh, I'm not very good at something.' But true humility is knowing that you're good at something, but not letting that affect how you treat people, and also using that skill to bless other people." And Pickles thought that that was very true. So they spent more time together, and Pickles painted more pictures, this time one of Porky where he was fighting a dragon. Also, there was a troll, which he was throwing acorns at, which was kind of odd because, you know, Porky wasn't really an acorn guy. But then he also had a whole cake that he was eating while doing all the fighting. It was pretty impressive. But anyways, after a while, it was time for them to go home, and so they all went their separate ways, and Billy Bob finally got home. And he got in the bath, and he started taking a bath. Splish splash, I was taking a bath. All about a Saturday night. A rabba dabba, just relaxing. Someone's at the door. But that, my friends, is a story for another day. Well, I'll see you all in the next episode of Legends with Elroy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya.